Hey sir, what's your name?
Jim Dissinger.
Okay. And how long have you had this car for?
I've had it since 1975.
Great. So, why did you choose this specific car?
I had another 63 Super Sport, and I was racing it at the time, and they wanted me to put roll bar and everything in it, and I didn't want to change that vehicle or cut up that vehicle. So I found this one cheap. It was a rust bucket, but I put my motor and everything into this one and started racing this one. And I continued my racing career for about 13 years with this car, and then I parked it and it just sat for a long time, and about 10 years ago I started on it again and rebuilt it as a street car now. So, and I still race it too.
So why did you choose to go this blue with it?
I always liked this blue. It's from the 90s, mid-90s S10 pickups. I always liked the color on the pickups when they were new, and then they faded and it looked terrible, but when the paint was new they looked great, and I always loved this color. So, and I always had it a two-tone, so that's the story on the color. I drove her nuts driving around car lots trying to find all these different blues, but I kept going back to this one, so that's what it got to be.
Okay. So, what modifications have you recently done with it?
Not a lot recently. Like I say, it was about 10 years ago I redid the whole car from the ground up. So it's been done as you see it for about 9-10 years. But this last time that I rebuilt it, I put the LS7, I built the engine from a bare block, put that in with the overdrive automatic, and I wanted the challenge of doing the wiring and all that for the computer and everything, and it worked out okay. It works really well. It runs low 10s and gets 20 miles to a gallon.
Any reason for going electronic fuel injection?
Just that right there. 20 miles to a gallon and still run 10-20s. That's a pretty good reason. You don't get that very often with a carburetor. So yeah, that's why I did it, and it works out good. It's a 390 rear, and with the overdrive transmission, that works well on the street. It's still got some scoot for the track, so it works.
Anything else you'd like to do with it?
I do need to put a little bigger radiator in it. It runs a little bit hot on a day like this if I get caught out there in that traffic. So I do need a little bigger radiator. I'm going to do that. I'm redoing the SS car right now, the 63 SS that I've had since 1968. So I'm going to put this radiator in that car and get a little bigger radiator for this one. So that'll be my next modification to it. Other than that, it works pretty well the way it is, so I'm happy with it.
All right. So is this your first time to the show here, or?
No, we've been coming down about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, since the car's been done. Yeah.
Is there anything you dislike about the show?
Oh, no, it's a nice show. We like to sit out along the street and watch the cruising at night and cruise around a little bit ourselves. So no, we really like it here. We come down every spring and most times in the fall. So not every time in the fall, but some. Yeah.
All right. So thanks for letting me interview you.
Hey, you bet. Take care.
Yeah.